San Francisco is getting 2.5 points at Philadelphia. Unlike the Chiefs line, which has moved all over the place, this line has been quite static. DeMonte, go ahead.
Jalen Hurts this season is a 20-3 as a favorite in his career. Sorry.
Yeah, he's 15-1 overall this season as far as just straight up wins. Go ahead.
Right. Four rookie quarterbacks have ever been in four rookie quarterbacks have ever been in a championship game.
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez, Joe Flacco, Ben Roethlisberger, Sean King, all 0-4 straight up.
Yeah. So none of those factors really bother me here. So let's go through those rookie quarterbacks that we're talking about. Mark Sanchez, Joe Flacco, Ben Roethlisberger, Sean King. So we're talking about the Jets of the late 2000 aughts, the Ravens of the mid 2000s, the Steelers of the same era, and then the Bucks of late 90s.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't even know.
Yeah, Sean King 20-some years ago. So all of those teams were trying to win games 13-10, 17-14. They were trying to win purely on their the strength of their defense. So, yes, the rookie quarterbacks, it would have been nice if they could make plays, but those guys really hadn't been making plays all year, and those were defensive-oriented teams. The Niners have the best defense in football, and since they got Christian McCaffrey, and hell, forget that, since Brock Purdy took over, one of the highest scoring offenses in football. They didn't show that against Dallas, and Dallas has a very good defense, similar to Phillies, by the way, but they certainly did show it against Seattle. Now, what is concerning is Brock Purdy on the road in the playoffs for the very first time. That is concerning. But I'm going to tell you what I didn't like from Philadelphia this weekend. Now, they played great, and Jalen was excellent, and the defense was excellent. There's not many, holes to poke in their performance. At the end of the first quarter, you're beating up the Giants, who the Giants were not a good team this year. Congrats to them for making the divisional round, but that's not a great team. The Sky Cam showed Nick Sirianni, and he looked straight into the camera and did whole
I know what I'm doing.
No. That was different. That I actually didn't mind when he ran down to the pylon and yelled at the ref, and he said, I'm allowed to be down here. I know what the bleep I'm doing. This was him looking into the camera and doing one of these. Yeah, we're those guys.
Right.
And I felt, maybe believe in the hype a little too much for a team that didn't finish the year great, and now in their first playoff game played a team that was, by any advanced metric, by anything, one of the very worst teams to make the postseason, by record, by eye test, by advanced metrics. You then have a Niners team that I feel like has had members of this coaching staff working on this exact matchup for probably 6 weeks. The Niners, who knew they were winning that division for a long time, and who knew this was going to be the team they had to get through. Now, you can say the same thing about Philadelphia, that they have been working on the Niners. But I would argue harder to game plan for the Niners because of their positional versatility, because there's less film on Purdy available, and because of the Shanahan offense. I think the Niners can win, I know the Niners can win a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game. I don't know that I believe that Philadelphia can shut down the Niners offense.
The Niners can shut down the Eagles.
Correct. And now the road part of it is concerning. And listen, Brock Purdy is likely turning into a pumpkin at some point in the next few weeks. Is he going to be on the road in Philadelphia, one of the most hostile environments in the league? Maybe. But I also think Shanahan's going to try to coach around having to put Brock Purdy in those spots. Also, let me be honest here, not just because of the bet on the San Francisco side, but I am pretty pot committed to not fully believing in Philadelphia. So I might as well keep that going. I'd love getting 3 here. Getting 2.5 is something. I'm going to be betting I'm going to be essentially betting the Niners on the money line just to begin with. I'll take the Niners plus 2.5.
So those 4 teams that we talked about earlier with the 4 rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They all had top 3 defenses.
Yeah.
Tampa had the number 3 defense in 1999. Pittsburgh had the number 1 defense in 2004.
Yep.
The Ravens had the number 3 defense in 2008. And the Jets had the number 1 defense in 2009.
Yeah, so that and the Niners have a top 3 defense this year. The point that I'm making is what those teams have in common with this Niners team is a great defense. What those teams don't have in common with this Niners team is an explosive offense. And the Niners, because of McCaffrey, because of Debo, because of Ayuk, because of Kittle, they have a very explosive offense. And we talked last week about how they can put McCaffrey, Juszczyk, Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo on the field, and you don't know what formation they're going to be in. They can be in 5 wide, they can be in 2 tight end, they can be in 2 running back, and it is very, very difficult to match up with them. Also, I know Lane Johnson's back, and he came back from that injury, and he looked good against the Giants. I wonder how that groin injury is going to play with Nicky Bosa screaming around the edge on him. So for all those reasons, I like San Francisco. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.